Smart contractors hire specialized team. Rank high on Google, hook better leads. Hookagency.com.
Did such a great job.
Extremely happy.
I have a salesperson that works 24/7.
We've worked with a lot of different agencies over the years, and I think we found, just like most people in this room probably, that they're extremely frustrating, really annoying. Tim and his company is just light years apart from anybody we've ever experienced.
What up? What up? It's your boy, Tim Brown, and we are continuing our process of adding content to this experimental website, which is johnnytreeservice.com. I'll show you it so you can be reminded of what we're up to. If you haven't been part of this before, I'm doing DIY SEO from scratch. They're all in a playlist on our YouTube. So basically, I'm giving as much as I possibly can away. Now, I'm kind of doing the simple version, so Hook Agency services are a little bit more in depth than this, but I'm really trying to give the fundamental components of everything we do in SEO away. This is what the website looks like, and I actually showed how to build this website from scratch, and I've showed what we're doing as far as service pages, and I've showed what we're doing as far as blog building, and we've got a lot going on. We've tried to kind of show every single step of the way on this SEO process. Now, where are we at? I mean, this is the hardest part about SEO. The craziest part is that we're not like that far. Even though we've been doing this for 2.5 months, we have a few things. We have like a brand keyword that we're ranking for. We're ranking a little bit for Eau Claire. Tell me how to pronounce that, I guess. Eau Claire tree service. And the keywords are going down. And this is where it would be easy for someone to get discouraged. And what I want to recommend to you is that SEO is so much a process of being relentless and consistent, and not as much about getting everything perfect, but really sticking with it. Content and links, and sticking with it. So that is what I'm recommending to you. And I want you to know I'm here with you. And I'm going to keep on doing these videos to share more of what to do, what you can do for your own SEO. And it is not always simple, but it is about taking action and being consistent. That's all good things in life, right? All right. So, the last time we did this, we left off, we had done some content in 2 different methods. We have used Surfer SEO, and we have used the Hoth to create content utilizing AI and a little bit of human aspect here. So I'm going to kind of pull this up on stage, what we've got going on, present, share screen. I'm going to do the whole screen, and if something pops up, hey. All right, so we've got the first blog post here, and the beautiful thing is we've connected, in one of the previous videos, we connected our site via the plugin, the Surfer SEO plugin, and it's crazy because this has created these blog posts based on what's ranking out there already, and it's created an outline, and it's created new content. Absolutely nuts. And it's also created AI images to go along with it and given them alt text. So this is Surfer SEO. This is a way to do it. Now we still have to press the buttons, but it's pretty cool how quick all this can happen. And we've got, let's see, Johnny Tree Service here. We're going to create new drafts. So this is what you do. You connect it via the plugin, then you select your domain, create new draft, and press next. And we're just going to do this. I mean, I'm going to talk you through some of this, but it's going to be me doing work and you watching. And I mean, how much easier can they make it? SEO is crazy. It's getting easier. It's getting more there is going to be a glut of AI content on the internet, and that is the drawback. But as far as like as a small business owner trying to rank, there's a lot of things we can do right now. All right, I'm going to keep on going while this is working. Create new draft. Ideally, you'd want to edit this stuff a little bit more than I'm going to do today. I want to show you the basics more than I want to do it perfectly. So I'm going to essentially, I've clicked into all these blog posts on different tabs, and I'm creating new draft and pressing next. Boom, boom, boom. How you guys doing today, by the way? Sound off in the comments if you're joining live. I'd love to interact with you a little bit. Oh, I just let out an ope. That's how you know I'm from Minnesota. Oh, that's what we say when we're like trying to go through a door and somebody else, we accidentally bump into somebody. We say, oh, and apparently that's also what we say when we press the wrong button when we're doing cranking out content today. It's funny because SEO is a lot of pressing buttons. Even if you wrote some of this yourself, it's clicking keys, right? It's fairly, it's nerd stuff. Maybe you don't respect it. Maybe you don't appreciate what people in this is kind of a service, and this is our business, and this is a really, really basic trimmed down version that I'm showing you. But one thing to note is it doesn't have to be hard for it to be useful. Isn't that crazy? Sometimes just knowing where to click and knowing what to hit and knowing what to do, we can get more visibility on Google. So it's hard to take action when you don't respect the work. And so what I want to recommend is that you kind of start to understand and appreciate these things so that you can leverage them. I understand that this is nerd stuff. I understand that this is kind of boring and kind of like whatever, but it is actually good for your business if you take action on these things and if you actually get a significant amount of content out on your website. And even though it's AI and we're leveraging AI here, we still have to take action. The buttons won't click themselves. There's still no big red easy button quite yet. So in the meantime, we're going to take action. We're going to get results. And then if there is ever a big easy button, bam. This is as close as it gets. This is way easier than it used to be when literally every single post back in the day, I would write by hand. When I started doing some SEO more than 10 years ago, every single piece of content I would actually create myself. I didn't have money to hire writers either. So just recognize how good things have gotten for us on the SEO side, but you still have to take action. So it's much easier than it used to be, but you still have to take action. And I'm wrapping up in this particular method. I'm going to show you one other method here in a second. Girdling a tree, baby. We're figuring out how to girdle trees over here in this blog post. The other method that we're going to use and talk about is going to be on the Hoth, which is another way. They have human plus AI writing, and we're going to pull those into the site. First, I'm going to see if there's any questions or any things people need help with. Going back to the live stream here. Guys, if you're commenting and you're not seeing it, I apologize. I am trying to get our comments up on the screen. And sometimes they're not always available. So I see just Eric Richardson liked it, Rico Wheelock liked it, Ty Cobb Backer, what's up, y'all? I'm just checking the different places because it's going on streaming a lot of places. Feel free to comment and interact. It looks like there's 13 people joining us now. Different methods. What's up, Michael Stearns? How you doing, brother? Send Digital Agency. Check them out if you haven't. I'd be collaborative. with different agencies. I'm sure Mike and I could talk on this live about how yeah we could talk all about how AI has come in here. It's been a weird couple of years for SEO. At first, I was really reluctant to utilize these tools, and it certainly was scary to me. And then I think over time we've realized that there's a lot of opportunity here, and a lot of people will even say and give lip service to AI stuff, but still not be doing the work, clicking the buttons, all that type of stuff. But yeah, AI is good, but you still got to leverage it. You still got to do it, right? You still got to press the buttons. And I know that sounds crazy, but most people won't. Most people will not do the work to do any at scale anything, including AI. So, basically a year ago or whatever, there's a lot of buzz around this is going to take your job. Well, if it's going to take the job, somebody still has to do it. And people aren't doing it. I think partly because we don't, as a small business owner, as a home service business owner, you don't necessarily know which actions to take. Michael says fact check and plagiarism check. I think that's a good, important, crucial stuff too. In this case, this is not necessarily a real business at the moment, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to crank. You guys scared? I'm scared. I'm a little scared. So we'll see how this works. If nothing else, think of this as an experiment. We've got all these blog posts sent into the site. So I'm actually going to present now. Share screen. Do the entire screen. And they're all into WordPress now. So let's go check those out, and I'll kind of talk through how we do that. Oops. Might take me a second actually to get back here because I don't think I logged in before. I'll stop sharing just in case I have to do any 2FA. Oh, we're in. Alrighty then, we've got posts. And there, see, we got all the ones that we exported into here. They're in here as drafts. And what we could do is check them out, and if they look good, certainly for a real site, we'd want to do what Michael's talking about, fact check, plagiarism check, those types of things. Certainly there are extra steps that you'd want to take. It is pretty cool though what Surfer will do. We might do a few key things like make a meta title, that type of thing. We might go arboreal lightning strikes. We might make the URLs smaller, those types of things. There's a lot of things that you can do and could do and should do here. I'm essentially trying to demonstrate the fact that you need to get a ton of content out, and even doing it imperfectly will be better than not having it. So that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here. Let's take a look at the meta titles. Even just the blog post title, if we didn't modify this, it's still good. I might suggest things like arboreal lightning strikes, like putting the keyword right at the front of the meta title. And ideally, how to tell. I wonder if we can get most of this in here. How to tell. Checking. Tree struck by lightning. So the ideal is that you get it kind of short enough. I actually don't spend a ton of time on meta descriptions on average, just because it's going to automatically pull in a basic meta title. And I think when we're publishing at scale, that's not going to matter as much. If you're not using a tool like this where it's creating the alt text, you'll want to change the alt text on these images. You'll want to, in a real situation where you're cranking out a bunch of content, at least change some of the content to, at scale. When we do this at scale for clients, we are 100% always changing the content significantly from the AI content. In this case, I just want to demonstrate getting it out at scale and doing this as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to do that. I want to recommend that you will do that you'll change the beginning. Maybe you'll change some of these headlines, using bullet points, using formatting, using emojis. I want to recommend that. I think it's very important. In this case, we're going to go ahead and publish this one, and maybe let's see if it's got a. We want to add a featured image here. Lightning strikes. All right, so we might have added the. Let's add a tree care category, maybe. Tree care. We want to shorten these on average, these permalinks. I want to keep them somewhat short. We're going to press publish. Got to press publish, people. Even if it's imperfect. Press publish again, press publish. Keep on publishing. In this particular case, because we're doing so many at one time, we're going to go ahead and publish one and then schedule one every day after that for a while. That's my recommendation here. Just checking to see if people are interacting that I'm not seeing here. All right. We're going to the next post. We published. Girdling a tree. Oh yeah. So fun. So let's see if we can find a quick girdle a tree thing. Grafting of a girdle tree, perfect. Right, we're gonna go to the URL. We're just gonna do like girdling tree as the permalink. I want to keep them short, but you want to have keywords in them. Do all your other edits. Put the category. Make sure the meta title is decent. Girdling tree. How to benefits. You want to use as much of that space as possible. Put the keyword at the front, right? Etc. Etc. Girdling tree. Bam, bam, bam. So we're not going to press publish this time. We're going to schedule. Because we don't want to hammer out content all at the same time. That's how we maybe look messy to Google. Is this a site just publishing a bunch of junk? No, Absolutely not. Not me. All right. Trying to look for the publish button or the. Oh, here it is. It's under publish immediately. You click immediately, and then you schedule for the next day. Bam, bam. When do you want to schedule time of day? It doesn't really necessarily matter that much for our purposes here. Let's schedule it. Schedule. We got everything done. Obviously, edit further and deeper. You're doing this on a real site for this experiment. I just want to show you the basic steps. All right, next up, just keep on cranking. What I'm really trying to demonstrate is that you need a lot of content to do this. And so we've got 1, 2, we're going to do 30. And this is going to get real boring. So if you guys want to talk to me about something else, let me know. But we want to keep going. I'll talk through what I've got, but I'm happy to chat about other stuff too while we're doing this, because this is going to be repetitive. Hey, LinkedIn. The most people watching right now are from LinkedIn. What are you guys doing up there? What are you guys doing? Comment, homies. Can't we just hang out? What is this one about? Fungus types. Bang, bang. Tree care. Short URL. Boom, boom, boom. Bloop, bloop, boop, boop. I feel like there should be music in the background or something, but then this could get taken down for that. All right, so then we got to schedule it. And remember where we go? All right, we click that button, we press next day after tomorrow, right? Essential guide to treat fungus types in their management. What if we front loaded the keyword here too? That might be a move. Tree fungus types. Essential guide to their management. So we can front load stuff. We've got the keyword there. We've got the keyword in the meta title. Oh yeah. Honestly, you could always just get better at front loading the keyword in the actual title, and then it will automatically happen in the meta title. So maybe we just go that route. Boom, boom. Third one done. Please like, comment, subscribe, etc. Life is good. Life is good. Whenever you're doing mundane stuff for your business, that's good for your business. Train your brain to be optimistic and excited, because so much of this stuff is simply boring. It's what do they say? It's opportunity. Most people miss it because it's dressed up like hard work. And I'm not saying this is that hard, but it is repetitive. And sometimes that is hard for people to do boring work. This is oak tree fertilizer. Get that featured image. How are we doing here? We got good stuff going on. It choose the category. We got the short URL. We got the meta title is going to take from the title. Basic stuff going down. We go back to this button right here. We press publish, and then we go for see there's little blue dots where there's already ones on that day. So we're going to go to the one without a blue dot and schedule. Boom. This title is funny. Revealed. How long does it take to get an oak tree to get to majestic heights? What was the keyword on this one? I gotta look at that. I gotta look at my keywords. 1 second. Keywords. Oak tree. How long does it take an oak tree to grow? So you might have to reference the keywords that we did before to make sure that everything is targeted at that when you're doing this. Because as I'm doing this, I don't want to forget about the main point. So I'm actually going to start with the keyword here. How long does it take an oak tree to grow? We don't want to do this. Okay, what is this blog post about? Question here. We want it to be really clear. Still think it's funny that 9 people are watching this on LinkedIn and no one's commenting. What are you guys up to? Let's chat. I just want to hang out, hanging out, talking SEO. Maybe you disagree. Tell me why. What are you up to over there? What's good? What's going on that's good in your business? Just always curious. Curious who's watching. Curious what's up. All right, we're going to keep on going though. Are we like 5 deep now? We got to do 30. So this is the boring work. This is going to be boring. This is not fancy. I mean, there's a chance I have to like stop the live because it's just so boring, but keep on assessing your thing. Best time to prune a tree. With SEO, it's more about clarity in certain ways, like than it is fancier blog titles. Like I understand for social media, if you're going to promote these on social media, that you may want to do a little bit more, fancy titles. But in our case, we actually just want to get it. Ooh, I like that picture. Kind of want that one. We want to get it clear so that Google knows what it's about. Who are you on LinkedIn? Who are the 9 people watching this live? Say what's up to the rest of the people that are chatting with you and watching this too. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're having a good time. So checking our keyword. Who is responsible for fallen tree removal? I'm going to put that at the beginning. Check your keyword. Front load it. Get rid of the rest of it on the URL. Change the category. Add the featured image. Publish next Thursday. Bang, bang. Defending against tree diseases. Tree diseases. I think I'm going to leave that title like it is. I'm going to get the URL down to just tree diseases. Tree diseases. What kinds of tree diseases are there? Ooh, I kind of like this one. Very diseasey. Totally diseasey. I just think it's funny because I don't think that that's a real tree leaf, like the AI thing, but nonetheless. Ooh, that's kind of a good photo. We're going to publish this next Friday. Oh, you know what you should do? And I might need to go back to these other ones and do it, but you need to press upload all to external media. Because it looks like Surfer is not pulling these images in automatically. So make sure, I thought it was, but it's not. So on this side thing, when you're scheduling, press upload all from external media. This might make this take a little longer here, but it's ultimately, you don't want to have these images if they're from external sources. We could probably go and kind of let that work itself out. Let me just pull it off to the side here so that at least we have like, oh, okay. So you still have to press schedule here. All right. Well, that is another thing we'll need to, you need to do. New feature, by the way, from Surfer is that it makes these AI images. And so it keeps on getting better and more interesting. And that's the thing. It's like when this stuff first came out, I tested all this AI content stuff like several years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And I was really excited. And then sometimes it would rank and sometimes it wouldn't. And then sometimes it would rank for a while and then not work. And so I've tested a lot of stuff since that. And it keeps on getting better and better, basically. And its ability to rank keeps on getting better and better. And I think that's because the content keeps on, because back in the day, it was like half of it was indecipherable. And now it's like human readable and actually would provide value. How to tell if a tree is dead. So you want to make sure that the content is good. And AI content just happens to be getting better at this point. Not to say you shouldn't be editing every single one, and I want to keep on saying that. And in this case, I'm not, because this is not a real site and not a real client. I mean, technically it's a real site, but it's kind of an experiment, if nothing else. All right. Got to press that upload all button. Did not know that it wasn't pulling those in naturally. So we're going to take a second and let it do that. Hey, if anyone's watching this that owns a home service business and wants me to audit their website, after this video, I'm going to audit a website for our 20-point winning website formula. So comment below if you're a home service business and you'd like me to audit your website. Normally I do these on separate days, but today we are doing them all together. Well, after this video, I'll go live again. You guys getting the basic idea here? I hope. Some of you are like, yeah, I know how to do that. What are you even doing? Why are you even showing anyone how to do this? Well, not everyone knows how to do this. And kind of part of what it is even if you know how, if you don't do it, it's not helping you. That is the cutest little AI picture I've ever seen. Look at how good that is. That is beautiful. They aren't all beautiful though. That's probably not great. Let's get rid of this. I don't want to put that image out there. Publish. Next Sunday we're up to. Schedule, upload all. Just working on it. Suppose we could go to the next thing. Just want to make sure it's actually okay. I want to forget to actually schedule it, so that's the thing. All right, bang. We're on to the next one. 30 short times. Unlocking the ideal season. When is the best time to trim an oak tree? I know what you guys are thinking. This is my ideal Saturday to just sit here and press buttons. I know. Well, if this isn't your ideal Saturday, then just hire a Google specialized team that does this even more effectively than what I'm demonstrating here. It's always good to just let people be professionals, you know what I mean? Just let the professionals. I'll show you all this. I'll show you all this, but like, what about just letting the professionals do it? People that are doing it constantly. Like, there's a lot of little nuances that we do really well. And you just get super used to it. We actually have people that literally their only job is content entry. And so, like, their process is more in depth than this. Much more in depth, to be honest, but we're up to like two Wednesdays from now. That's sweet. Michelle, what's up? Michelle's saying howdy. Well, Michelle, I appreciate you saying what's up. I'm just publishing a ton of content and kind of showing people how to do it at scale. I'm not gonna lie, like on all platforms, there's a bunch of people watching, but they're mostly on LinkedIn and they're not even talking to me. So appreciate you saying what's up. I have to know who these 9 people are watching on LinkedIn. Ted, what are you guys? Who are you guys? At least give me like a thumbs up on LinkedIn. 11? Why are there 11 people over there? Say what's up. Comment. Give some hearts. Give some thumbs up. I'll shout you out. I'll shout you out if you say hi. I'm going to try to. Michelle is from Pink Collars. So I really appreciate her saying hi. And Pink Collars helps you take just having internal people to answer the phone. It adds additional people, or they could be the ones answering your phone all the time, which is really cool. And they work with all home service businesses and they integrate with CRMs. So what more could you ask for? I mean, it's nice to have professionals answering your phone as well. Professionalism, that's a topic. We scheduled all of them. We scheduled all of them, y'all. We did a lot of stuff. All right, now we're going to do the Hoth ones. And I know this is boring, but we're doing it. So we go over to the Hoth ones from the last video. We're going to go ahead and click into them. You don't have to do that much here. You can just copy and paste. This one, the Hoth stuff, is human edited. And I like that about Hoth. They will also, for a little bit extra fee, they will also enter the content, which is nice. We got the links and everything here. Let's see. It even gives you meta titles, etc. It's the title. Meta title. See, if you look at how they're doing it, they definitely prioritize the keyword right at the front of the meta title on every single one of theirs, which is nice. We want to add a featured image here. They do have featured images. They don't work images into their stuff. And if you're doing this yourself, you might as well oak tree wilt treatment. You might as well add the keyword there. Oak tree wilt treatment. All right. We got the featured image. We might add that one more time here. So just different options for getting your content. If you're trying to bust out a bunch of content at scale on your own. I think we're ready to schedule. So it's just a couple more steps with the Hoth stuff in this case. Schedule. we scheduled. All right, we got 9 more to do here. Super interesting. However, by the time we're done with this, we're just going to have like a month's worth of content, right? So, which is like every single day we'll have posted something on the site, which is starting to make, if it's some of it ranks too, it's just starting to make this website look active, which is really good and is ultimately what I'm after. I want to make this site look active. And if we rank a few things and traffic is going in and out of the site, we just want it to feel like not a ghost town. And it takes time. Like all this stuff that we're doing, we're going to see that there's time that has to pass. And people get scared, with SEO, it's time and it's real work, and it's after some time passes though, this will all start to blossom. And I'm going to show you that as time passes here, because this is a long series. This whole thing I'm doing with DIY SEO is going to be a very long series, because really it takes a year to get this site active. Like there is a whole, what we call the sandbox with SEO, and you can try to bypass the sandbox, but it's not likely. Or you might damage the site if you try to like rev it up too soon. So just note that. And then I'm just reviewing the fact that I usually put the keywords in the actual file name as well as the meta title. To me, that's a free keyword kind of opportunity to put it in the file, because it's reading the code. The search engine is reading the code, and it does take into consideration file names while it's trying to assess the topics that a particular page is about. So we are going to leverage that by including the keyword phrase in the file name. Like the silly goose that I am. And don't you get it twisted. I am a silly goose. Many ways to get to the next thing. Apparently, you can just press add post right there. That's nice. All right, let's get to our next one. We got 8 more to go. We're going to look at this big, beautiful, built-out content calendar on our website. Oh, nice. There's different kinds of hard work in the world. And one thing that may be hard for entrepreneurs is repetitive tasks like this that they don't fully quite understand. And that is one reason it's nice to have somebody that's been through this before, but it's also just like, this is just a different type of hard work. Like doing repetitive kind of things like this, like it's not necessarily always that it's actually like physically hard. Sometimes things that are good for our business are just monotonous. And it's really what I think sometimes we're helping with is that it's unclear. Like if you didn't fully understand this stuff, sometimes people just, it's hard to take consistent action if you don't know for sure that it's going to be good for you. But like we've been through this enough times that we feel like we can get a good read on like how long something's going to take and like if it's going to work. Like that's one reason why as a marketing agency, I don't know if there's anyone watching this that also has a marketing agency, but it's good. Like the niche thing is so important and good because then you kind of know how long it's going to take for certain types of businesses. The ranking, how long will it take to rank this? Well, we have a pretty good idea because we've done this before in a similar type of market. Oh, you have a 100,000 person market. Oh, you have, this is the level of the competition in the area. Oh, okay. Well, I've seen something like that before. So that will take about this long. That will take 9 months to get you some, very clear upward graph on traffic. And that will take 16 to 20 months to like get a significant improvement in leads. These are the types of things that we can assess quicker with a niche agency. You just have more context. That's why that's such a big deal. Context and the ability to predict. Oops, I almost published it. We don't want to publish. We want to schedule it. One thing you can do, I think, too, is like noting that, hey, what if this ranks for types of pine trees? The best part about that is like if it ranks for types of pine trees and you feel like it could be improved, like this is almost like a way to do keyword research for me. I'm publishing a lot of content, and then when you find something that does rank, then boom, we really enhance that piece of content. Because at the end of the day, having a lot of content just allows you to find what's easy to rank for. And then if you can get like people to spend time on the site, like a lot of time, like so if you make a really good piece of content over time, like you improve this, like let's say we did illustrations for each of the types of pine trees, we could potentially make this like a very linkable asset and then also continue to improve it, just like the visible. Like, so this is a okay piece of content, right? It's got the Eastern, but then what we would do is maybe over time, if this did rank, I would then add images for each one of these and just continue to improve it, which is just a particular type of strategy. Like essentially, think about it like this. Hey, if you get customers on a low ticket offer as a service company, and then you expand, you call that the land and expand strategy, land and expand. So this is kind of what we're trying to do, is the land and expand strategy for SEO, land and expand. We're putting out kind of a low, I don't know, almost lo-fi piece of content that's like, okay, it's decent. It's made by AI with a little bit of human net expansion. And then we're going to improve it if it ranks. We're going to make it so people spend more time on it if it does rank. We got 6 left, people. It is boring. Whew. But I want to actually show the whole thing, because then I think what will be interesting is if people could come back to this later, they could literally just follow everything that I did fully and then rank a website. Like, just if you take these principles. From scratch. So a lot of times you're trying to follow along with somebody doing this stuff, but they're not really doing it. And this one, I'm basically trying to rank this site over this year. And then at the end of the year, be like, this is all of the steps that I did to do that from scratch. And you're like, well, you know, there's not absolute certainty. I will say this is not a perfect science sometimes. I think we'll do it, but I think it'll be more interesting to watch if I do it and then I can kind of promote this playlist from that perspective on our YouTube, because I think like that will be interesting. Like if I have ranked it. We're ranking for a few things, just not on the first page. So this wouldn't make anyone money yet. Because essentially when it starts to make people money is when these things get on the first page. And for the most part, you will not get on the first page for a while because of what I was mentioning with the sandbox treatment that we sometimes get, that you generally get from Google. The sandbox treatment, just for review, if you weren't watching that, is that Google hates new websites, basically. It's trying to stop people from spamming their algorithm, but for small businesses that are just trying to legitimately rank, it's kind of bogus. It's like, no, I'm a real business. It just takes you a while to basically prove that. Weirdly. Prove you're legit. That's kind of what we're doing with SEO. We're trying to prove we're legit. All right, I've got 5 more, but I'm going to stop for a second just to see if there's any other questions over on the thread. Abdi Ismail says, start a new digital marketing agency, and I constantly go to your website to look at website examples, even though I have no business doing so because I can in no way build sites like that. That's super nice, Abdi. Appreciate you joining. I'm so curious. We've got 27 people watching. Where are you guys all from? And what is What is your business? I'm going to invite you to go ahead, comment your business, or comment something you want people to follow in the comments. That's sweet. 26 people. Thank you guys for all joining. I had no idea there's 26 people on here. Appreciate it, Abdi. Thank you for saying that. All right, I'm going to keep on going here. We got 5 left. We'll be at like 30 posts. I will tell you the truth. I do need to pee. So that's probably going to make this end go quicker. Too much information. Tim, don't give them all that information. Story of my life, y'all. Once again, types of maple trees. Post. The title we're changing out, the meta title we're changing out. You just need to go over to, let's get rid of this one. Meta title is this button right here. It's Yoast, or sorry, Rank Math. You're trimming the URL. I usually press save draft, so that kind of gives me the automatic one first. Types. Save draft. Then you get the image over here. Types. Types of maple trees. And I know a few people that are getting really anxious looking at how many tabs I have open. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's kind of a thing that SEOs have to have. You gotta have a bunch of these things. We're out here. We're doing stuff. So we gotta have tabs open because you're doing 10 things at one time. I mean, maybe there's SEOs that don't, but I feel like it's a very common thing for SEOs. They call us SEOs. People that do SEO, they call us SEOs because I think like SEO practitioners is too long. You can just, if you're not an SEO, you can just call us nerds. For short. What is the keyword on this one? Tree fertilizer. Always reference your keyword. Make sure you're using that in your file name. You know what's the best part about all this? Like, this is how I made a business. I learned to rank my own business with these tactics, and then I got business from that. So this is actually how I have a house. This is actually how I make, whatever, a couple $100,000 a year, is because I know how to do this, and I did it for myself to get business. I'm not trying to gloat. I'm just saying this is exactly what I did to make business happen for myself. So I'm not just like saying it. I mean, it was a little bit different back then, but like these concepts of ranking on Google and these principles of making content to get people to the website is basically what I did to make leads and then customers happen. I mean, obviously a lot of other stuff had to happen. I did good work. I promoted myself in other ways, but it's just interesting. This is kind of how I made my business. That's why I feel good about it. And I feel good about sharing it because I don't want people to, I don't think you should necessarily pay for a super high-end agency at the beginning of your business. I think learning some of these things can help you earn help, essentially, like I believe in sweat equity. I believe you should put in work on the front end of your business to then get to have other people do the work later. And I think some people are trying to get out of that. They want to never have to do any work or ever have to learn some marketing. I think that's a mistake. I think that kind of mindset will lead you to be frustrated with your agency. But if you try some of these things and you actually get into it a little bit, then when you get to delegate it, you get to spend money on experts doing it. It feels so much better because you're like, I tried and I was doing that for a little while, but I kind of can tell what types of effort they're applying, but how nice is it to just have help? So that's kind of my philosophy on things is like, you should learn this enough, especially to be able to assess the level of effort that, if you're a home service business, not that there's other people watching this right now, I think, but to assess the level of effort, how much work is actually being done. And if there's a lot, particularly on content and links, you're much more likely to get the result that you want, which is more leads, which is more business, which is more money. And so that's why I recommend looking into this. That's why I recommend kind of growing at this a little bit, or at least watching a few of these videos. And then if you're early and you have more money, or you have more time than money, then maybe in the meantime, you do some of it. It's never going to be as good as the professionals usually. I mean, literally, like, I'm not even saying I'm doing this perfectly, but I've learned this over 10 years, like just to be able to move kind of quickly on some of this stuff. And the same goes, for, if you're a business owner and this is not your main business, then you're probably going to move much more slowly than I would. But you should still do some of it to get to know the principles. And then when I see when people don't, and that's fine, it's because they have other ways of getting business. You should have 2 or 3 at the beginning, and then ideally you want to have like 5 good ways to get new business. And you don't want to just depend on one. SEO is one method, right? One method to get new business. Don't depend on one method. Get 5 good methods, and then you'll never have a super slow down because you can just switch and push into different methods. This is one really good method because this is when, homeowners go to Google when they're searching for home service businesses. That's not a mystery. We know that. It might not be every homeowner, but a lot of them do. And a lot of leads happen through local service ads, through Google ads, through SEO. 80% of the clicks on average are coming from the organic search listing. Some people think, hey, I'm not currently getting any leads through Google, so it must not be legit. Well, it might not be legit because you haven't ever had somebody go really hard on it. So just kind of to note, obviously, if you've never had somebody go really hard on SEO, if you've only just paid like the super cheap company to do it, then yeah, it's never worked. It's probably never worked. But once you see business and leads coming from search engine optimization, you will probably always want to have some. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last. That's another question that people have is like, well, is Google going to last forever? Well, I do believe it's going to be around for a while. It's huge. It's massive. So I think it's going to be around, I believe, for at least for the next 10 years. Even if you thought it was going to be 3 years, would you want, 80% of the clicks, you're just going to not even go after those? So that's my take on it. There are threats to SEO right now. I think Google generative search is one of those where it could take away some of the clicks. If you look at the search engine results where there's a featured snippet, which is that little box up at the top, then it's like 7% of clicks go to that or like go away because of that, because they got the answer sooner. So just to note, like we may lose up to 30% from generative search, but there's still going to be clicks. I think Google has been very hesitant to roll out Google generative search to the broad masses because they know it's going to cut down on the clicks and decrease their ad revenue. They've tried it and it decreases their ad revenue. So there's a little bit of safety in that, but there's never any safety when it comes to search engine strategies. We can only look at where the last couple of years where the majority of clicks have gone to, which is Google ads, local service ads, and organic search, and then push into them. And there's still way more leads coming from that than there is from Angie, than there is from Yelp overall. Like there's just, some markets Yelp is decent, but like a lot of places it's terrible. So it's just kind of noting that we have to look at where the bulk of leads are coming from. And I promise you, there's a lot of clicks still in Google, and there will be for a long time. How long? That's the real question. And do you feel comfortable going after that? That's your business. But I think like it's going to be around. Let's see if I got my. Oh yeah. If I missed something, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna pull this one off that we had. All right. You guys didn't tell me that I wasn't sharing my screen, and there's 30 people watching. Oh man, what am I doing over here, y'all? All right, I'm just sitting. I guess I'm just doing this work while you guys are watching my face. I'm not gonna lie, 30 people watching this. You guys didn't tell me I wasn't sharing my screen. Maybe you were. You're trying to tell me, and I didn't see the comments. We got one last article here. Can we get a drum roll, please? Is my voice that soothing that y'all are in here? I love it, by the way. I'm just curious who everyone is. grabbing the SEO title. We're putting it in the meta title thing. We're saving it so we can get the URL. Taking a look at the URL, we're making it shorter. Magnolia scale treatment. We're grabbing the image from the Hoth in this case. We're saving the image with the keyword in the title, in the file name. We're adding that as the featured image. Setting it as a featured image. We're taking a look at anything else. Boom, 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 boom. We're scheduling for the 31st. Shebang. All right, y'all. Well, this was a good time. So you guys noted we have published a lot of content today. And go back and watch the last video for some really good keyword research tools about what topics to go after. So much of what we're doing is about finding demand for search engine traffic. Where are people searching? And then how could we maybe make something a little bit better for that topic, but really just getting a bunch of content out here at the beginning of all this. Like this is the first 3 months of SEO. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of repetitive stuff and getting content links out. So for this next video, next week, we will be talking through what we should do to crank out a few more big links to this website and hopefully get some real kind of like traffic going here. This is time, content, and links. Say it in the comments. Time, content, links. Time, content, links. Comment that below. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being part of this. You guys are the best. And let me know how I can be of service to you. Next up, follow. Please like and comment and subscribe. Subscribe so you can see the next video where I will be auditing a home service business's website and telling them exactly what to improve based on our 20-point winning website formula. But first, I go pee. All right, see you guys later.
It was just shockingly different.
They did such a great job.
Extremely happy.
I have a salesperson that works 24/7.
We've worked with a lot of different agencies over the years, and I think we found, just like most people in this room probably, that they're extremely frustrating, really annoying. Tim and his company is just light years apart from anybody we've ever experienced.
Better leads. Smart contractors hire specialized team. Rank high on Google, hook better leads. Hookagency.com